Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm using the Wandering Star Tarot. All right, so I'm sitting in my foster kitty room, and I want to introduce you to my new foster cat. Last week, if you watched last week's video, I introduced you to my new foster cat, Peridot. Peridot is no longer at my place. She went on a week-long hunger strike and refused to eat, and she ended up going back to the foster home she was at before. And as soon as she got there, she started eating again. And she was being roomed with another cat. And it was previously thought that she didn't get along with this other cat, but clearly she really missed that cat. So she's doing really well, but I have a new kitty, and I'm gonna show you where she is. So she's right there at the top of the bookshelf. And I'm just gonna zoom in on her. I have never had a cat ever get up here to the top of this bookshelf before. This is a first. So I came in the room this morning, and her name's Rhea. Her name's Rhea. And I came in the room this morning, and I couldn't see her. I was like, where is she? And then I saw there was some stuff knocked on the floor, and I looked up, and there she was. And she really likes me, and she's super friendly. I'm not sure why she's up on top of the bookshelf, but cats do all kinds of crazy things. Okay, so let's start with the first card. The first card is for Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And here we have the Ace of Swords. All right, so I love getting an ace as a first card, and the keywords on this card are success, change, decisions, and action. So this is a very I want to say it's like a yang energy kind of card for the beginning of the week. There's a lot of intensity to the Ace of Swords. There's a lot of potential with this card as well. You want to pay attention to your ideas, particularly at the beginning of the week. So you may find yourself getting, what I call shower thoughts, where you're in the shower or you're doing some other sort of mindless chore, and all of a sudden you just get this great idea for something. You want to make sure that you write your ideas down. You're going to think that you're going to remember them, but you won't. It's like dreams. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, that was the craziest dream. I'll definitely remember this dream. And then by the end of the day, you're like forgetting certain parts of it. So make sure that you write down your ideas when they come up. Just because you have an idea for something, it doesn't mean that you have to act on it. It doesn't mean you have to see it through, but write your ideas down, because this week you're going to have a whole bunch of great ideas flying your way. They're going to be coming at you, and you have to find a way to organize them. So there's a lot of potential here for success, for making changes, for making decisions, and taking action. A lot of your ideas that you get this week are going to help you find a sense of clarity and direction on where you're wanting to go, what you're wanting to put your energy into. So there's a lot of potential here for making changes, and it's almost like little actions and things that you do at the beginning of this week can have a big impact for making changes later on down the road. And they can, create big changes, even if it doesn't seem like it at the time. So really exciting card to get here. Let's look at the middle card. The center card is for the middle of the week, so sort of like a Wednesday, Thursday-ish. Ooh, we've got Temperance here. So Temperance, the keywords on this card are guidance, healing, moderation, and balance. So Temperance is a major arcana card, and I kind of like that she is in the middle of the week, because we have the intensity of the Ace of Swords at the beginning of the week, and then Temperance Temperance is all about walking the middle path and not doing anything in the extreme. So not trying to do anything too intense or too extreme, finding kind of a happy medium and finding that sense of balance. Temperance encourages you to do that this week. You want to find a sense of balance. If you're trying to decide and make certain decisions, ask yourself, if I make this choice, is this choice going to be sustainable in the long term, or will this cause more imbalance in my life? That can help you get a sense of clarity on what kinds of choices to make. The other thing I get with temperance is I'm really drawn to the word healing on this card. And this idea that we can heal through creating a sense of balance. I remember when I first took a course on, I can't remember if it was like a biology course or what it was, but when I learned about the human body and how it functions, it's all about homeostasis, which is about maintaining, your body's always trying to maintain homeostasis. So if your body gets too hot, there's things that your body does to cool down, like sweating or breathing. And if your body is too cold, there's things your body does to warm up, like you get goosebumps or, shivering. And all of that is so that you maintain homeostasis, so you're not getting out of balance. And there's a lot that the secret really to healing, and if anyone watching this has studied, different healing modalities, energy medicine, any of that, the secret is really about maintaining that sense of balance, getting things back into equilibrium. And so if you apply that principle to how you live your life, so I like to apply this to like how I eat and how I exercise specifically, and also like the kinds of activities I enjoy. I'm always striving for that sense of balance where you can enjoy certain things, but just don't do them too much. Like you always want that sense of moderation. Let's look at the last card. The last card is for the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And here we have the Chariot, another major arcana card. And I think we got the Chariot, I feel like we got this card last week too. So this is interesting. The keywords on this card are journey, success, and progress. I want to point out that word success also appeared on the Ace of Swords. The Chariot is about moving forward. And what's interesting is the Ace of Swords, I see the Ace of Swords as also being about moving forward, but it's about kind of getting that initial idea, taking that first step forward, even if it's a tiny step. It's kind of like the beginning of the path, first stepping onto the path. And then with temperance is also about walking a path. It's about walking the middle path and, not doing anything too extreme, making sure you have a sense of balance and moderation in all that you do. And that's what's actually going to help you sustain walking on that path. So whatever path you go down, the more moderate it is, the more balanced it is, the longer you can stay the course. If it's too intense or too extreme, if you're trying to go too far, too fast, you're going to burn out, you're going to fail, you're going to get, you won't necessarily fail, but you're going to burn out and it's not going to be very sustainable. And then with the Chariot, this is, again, it's about moving forward. And the Chariot tells you that this weekend, there's a lot of potential this weekend for moving forward fairly quickly. It feels like there's like this energy that we can all tap into to motivate ourselves and keep ourselves, moving forward. And that energy is going to look a little bit different for all of us. But this really is about finding a way to tap into that sort of life force energy to keep you motivated and to keep you moving forward. There's a few other things I want to say about the Chariot. The Chariot, it's a deeper card. Like, I feel like I'm kind of just looking at the surface here. Because on the surface, the Chariot is about moving forward. It's about making progress and being successful. But if we go a little bit deeper, it's about doing the inner work in embracing all the different aspects of yourself and all your different needs and your different facets of who you are, so that you're kind of taking a holistic approach to success. So success this week is not about forcing yourself to do things. It's not about aligning with your driven side necessarily. It's about, and this is where the temperance actually makes sense here. It's about being more holistic in your approach to moving forward. I'm trying to think of a way to explain that makes more sense. You know, taking all of your different desires, your different needs into account, all the different aspects of yourself and the different, you know, we all have a playful aspect. We all have like a childlike aspect to our personalities. We all have a part of us that's longing for something. We have a part of us that is very intellectual or mentally focused. We have a part of us that's physical. You know, we have physical needs, we have mental needs, we have emotional needs and spiritual needs. And so it's about incorporating that whole package of ourselves, like really looking at all those different areas and, you know, not just trying to be successful in your career to the detriment of all the other things, or not just trying to be successful with, you know, making lots of friends, like taking into account all the parts of you. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to look at all the cards together and see if there's anything else I want to mention. I think I've said everything though. I think it's interesting that there's 2 cheetahs on the Chariot and then there's 2 cups here. So there's this like balance of these 2 different things. Yeah, it looks like overall it's like a week of moving forward and getting some clarity. Also, having more of a sense of confidence too in yourself. Like the Ace of Swords and the Chariot are 2 cards that I associate with being confident and moving forward in like a confident, purposeful way. So I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this week, and I just did my big to-do list for the week ahead, so I'm excited to see these cards here. So I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna let Rhea say goodbye as well, because she wants to say goodbye. She wishes you a good weekend from her perch on the bookshelf. Rhea is a real sweetie. She was a feral kitty, but she's been in a foster home for quite a few months, and she's become so incredibly affectionate. She loves pets, and I think it's not going to be long until she's a lap cat. So yeah, okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.